Hello everyone and welcome back to Steel Division 2, and I'm back in another tournament, another monthly tournament organized on the Steel Division League Discord by Herr Robert, and I jumped in as a replacement, and this time the rule sets are the same as for League Season 9 to prepare everyone for it, and it's a single elimination format, so this is round number 1 in the best of 3. My first opponent was Badgerjelly, a veteran of the game as well, and a pretty tough opponent as well. And this is game number 1 of it. And if you want to sign up for League, you can do so now as well. You can find the link down below. All information's, as always, to be found in a lovely spreadsheet. League splitting up the people into different skill levels, so whatever your skill level is, there will be a fitting format for you if you want to play a bit of competitive Steel Division 2 in 1v1. League is the place to go for. It's way better matchmaking than the ranked leaderboard, as you actually will be faced against people of your similar skill level. So sign up there, have some fun, meet some people, join the community, and I hope to see you all there. Information's down below, and see you all in late October. But now, let's go into my tournament experience, and let's talk about the matchup. The matchup here is, on the right side, Badgerjelly with 14th Infantry, and me on the left side with 26 Guards Covey. 14th Infantry, one of my favorite divisions, and Badgerjelly also going in with my classic start of it, with the Mercer 210mm, an amazing heavy damage artillery piece, but with counter battery it can be beaten. I on the other side play 26, one of the most well-rounded Soviet divisions, having the amazing IS-1, one of the most cost-efficient tanks in the game, one of the most cost-efficient heavy tanks. Only 1750 meter range, the only weakness of this thing. The gun penetration is amazing, the frontal armor is great for 130 points. And then you get really great infantry as well. You get Sturmovikis and Sturmoviki Rocks, the double flamethrowers and really efficient TNT units. You get a lot of Guardia DP, which are great to hold the line. You get 2 cards of ZSUs now, which are solid AA as well. You get 2 cards of Sniperies. You get T-34s. You get KV-85s later on. So good tanks as well. And that all leads to a division that is just really well-rounded. Solid artillery as well, up to big guns with 280mm, the BR5. Smaller guns in there as well. Air tab is solid, not the most amazing, but a solid Soviet air tab with Yak 9 bombers and so on. So a division that for sure is pretty high on the power level, but 14th also now is relatively solid, as they have the flak feelings that are now finally worthwhile bringing around. Before that was really their biggest weakness, that the flak feelings didn't do much. Now they are pretty well rounded. The infantry can do most jobs as well. So interesting matchup here. Let's go. And Badgerjelly started with a bit of a cheese. Ju-88S1 coming in with Napalm. Heavy investment with the Mercer combined. And that's over 300 points, 305 points into these 2 units. So that's 2 units that don't directly hold the front line. But the Ju-88 coming in here. I hope my ZSU might be able to stun it, but it was too far away. And so the Napalm did fly in here. And I unloaded these units, which was a mistake. I just wanted to stop them, but I pressed the wrong button. I panicked slightly. Unloaded my units there, so that means Badgerjelly's move in here does work out. Meanwhile, over here, my PTRS and so on get this terrain. In the north, I tried to grab this flag. That's the one you need to get as the red side distributes in. On the other hand, it's really hard to hold on to this one as the red side. So I gave this one up a bit. Just want to hold on here. And then maybe push in later with my Sturmoviki Guardia and the T-34. And had to really consider how to deal with this, obviously. As Badgerjelly grabbed a lot of space over here, I moved in with some ARM 38s And it might set as you moving slightly forward. Maybe help out. Yak 9B coming in for the MG. Getting that one killed. As there's no AA around yet, and the Yak 9B has a pretty quick reload time. Now a flak feeling though, already coming in. Mercer in the rear. Surprising that it isn't shooting from the get-go. Usually want this thing shooting from the beginning. As of 3 rounds per minute, it can shoot for more than 10 minutes straight. Anyways, ZSU here though. Big mistake by me. Losing my AA. I only have 2 of these in A, so that was pretty stupid, to be honest. Moving it this far forward. Should have stayed back here. Over here, Ognomachiki, Sniper, and PTRS keeping the enemy from easily moving in here. Grenadiers moving around to come around. Sturmoviki Rocks easily winning the forest fight in the north. Stoßtruppen getting annihilated there. More Stoßtruppen plus Begleit Pioneers moving in over here. I tried to move into the other side, but enemy is coming my way. So the Begleit Pioneers in the open, super amazing. Sturmoviki Rocks not so much, so they get decimated quite heavily. Automachiki as well. Not the best move here. And my reaction a bit too slow as well. Stoßtruppen and MP44 at least getting annihilated by the Guardia DP. But the Black Pioneers will win this fight as well with their good amounts of MP44s plus an MG42. The Guardia DPs don't really stand a chance. SU-85 coming around to deal a bit with it. Luckily for me, the Panzerschreck was not up there, so the SU-85 can fire some shots there without losing out. Yak 9B coming in for the bombardment. Whilst over here, I slowly move in forward again. 14-10 for me, as over here, the Sturmoviki Rocks took over a lot of territory. Yak 9B coming in, getting the double kill. Both units stacked. That was really great for me. SU-85 taking the terrain. Panzerschreck was not around. Bit of a misplay there by Badgerjelly. Killing off the SU-85 would have been really great for him. But the Automachiki and the Sturmoviki Rocks slowly but surely gain the terrain back here. Half-track still blocking the road, but there's nothing that really rivals my IS-1 at the moment. Pak 40 though, now coming in to deal with it. So the IS-1 has to be careful. Meanwhile over here, I tried to move in here, but Stoßtruppen and Pioneers are pretty scary in my way. Sturmoviki and Guardia won't beat that in CQC. So they might need support from elsewhere. Automachikis in a great spot. If you use them defensively, they are really great with 10 PPSHs, killing off infantry, running into them really quickly. Using them offensively is a bit tougher, usually involves smoke or really using line of sight well. Automachiki here versus the flamethrower, getting the win. Dealing enough damage. Half-track here in danger as well. Automachiki will get the anti-tank grenade on top of it, will get the kill. Meanwhile, the sneaky Pak 189mm 84 moving through here, trying to threaten my reinforcement lines. But my IS-1 is sitting around. Yak 9B trying to come in for it. Not hitting it perfectly though, and the flak feeling forcing my Yak 9B back. Meanwhile, in the south, another Yak 9B has come in, dealt with this. So, yeah, using my cheap Yak 9B fleet, living up to my stereotypes of Brodos the air spammer, and this one so far pretty well. Whilst my Automachikis tried to move over here, tried to deal with the Pak that got behind my lines. 82mm mortar coming in over here. IS-1 will try to deal with the 45mm, will be able to do so. Pak 40 is around though, and the Mercer now shooting at this position as well. So the IS-1 has to be careful. Mercer finally coming in, not having radio makes it really inaccurate though. You usually want to use this thing with radio, but there's currently no radio units on the battlefield for Badgerjelly. Pioneers coming in for the south. That's MG holding out the line here as well. Pak 40 now aiming up. IS-1 disengaging away from the Mercer shots. That's the T-34 hits the SMG. Trying to get for more spaces down here. Both sides playing Maverick means no one has a major advantage. IS-1 moved into the Pak-40's line of sight, tried to rotate around, but got side-shotted twice, gets killed off. Really big blow to my units. The IS-1 is the best tank I get in the whole game, and usually something that you want to keep alive for as long as possible. So losing that like this is quite painful. Pak-40 gets beaten back by the Maxims, but not before grabbing up that kill. Southern section is secured, but reinforcing in here obviously won't be easy, as securing this road is really, really tough on this map. Meanwhile, reinforcements in the north coming in for both sides. Stooks on the side of Badgerjelly, together with some pioneers. On my side, some more infantry trying to help out around the Su-85. It's a 3-gun to try to secure this flag that I grabbed from Badgerjelly with an early victory in the game, in the beginning of the game. Pak, the 45mm here, still annoying. Got one of my Mersers, and the mortar also hitting more units around there. Automachiki finally getting on top of it though, and finally eliminating it before it can deal more damage. Meanwhile, more reinforcements here for Badgerjelly, whilst my reinforcements lately all have gone to the north. Also setting up some artillery that can then counter-battery the Mercer to try to deal with that this way. 1410 for me. Still one flag away from the always threatening 59, where the tick on the enemy really starts to go up. Su-85s sitting around in the north. F-22s coming in more numbers, so that the counter-battery on the Mercer can be effective. Whilst Flammenwerfers come in here on the side of Badgerjelly, trying to reinforce the center, trying to push me out, maybe, as the reinforcements here were cut off due to the artillery. Got the AP a bit stuck behind the line here now. Sturmoviki and Automachiki though on the way to try to help out. Sturmoviki rocks over here also beating the pioneers, not letting them throw their TNT, as I microed that one. And I got the pioneer SVT down and got the surrender on top of it. 1410 is on. STSMG beats back the Guardia DP. And 59 still the goal of this whole shenanigans. Mercer really doing well. Getting up the Maxim. Still no radio though. But Maxim is in danger. Direct hit on it would absolutely blow it into smithereens. And I have to deal with that. I need to counter battery it, but more artillery coming in for Badgerjelly. SK-18 coming up as well. My infantry arrives at the front line. Artillerists coming in as well to spot for recon, to give radio to my units as well. Third F-22 coming in. My artillery now going into counter battery mode. And my Automachiki finds the Pak-40 here. That was really nice, as the SSMG couldn't stop it, and killing off the Pak-40 here is a nice find. Killing off a pretty valuable unit that was threatening my reinforcement lines around here. And also securing a bit more terrain around here. IG-33 though on the way to try to deal with my infantry around here. No tanks whatsoever for me here. All my armor is in the north or in the far south with the 1T-34. Also, cluster bomber coming in once more for Badgerjelly, as I don't have any AA on the battlefield. Ju-88 could come in easily. Also, no fast fighter really in the stack. Only Yak-9s, and those are not the most efficient. And then Badgerjelly was able to get another pioneer in here, trying to threaten my southern flank once more. Infantry in the north gets pushed back. Badgerjelly still trying to get a foothold back into this town. Stux holding the line, so I can't get this flag here easily. 81mm mortar trying to deal with the SIS-3. Stuk now coming around. Has to be careful though with the Su-85 and the SIS-3 gun around. But the Maxim here is in danger, and with that the flag for me. And still only a 1410. Pioneer SVT gets onto the top of the Guardia. Will be able to throw its TNT, and this means that the T-34 will be blind in the south if the Guardia falls. So I try to disengage here. just started running before the TNT was thrown. Solid reaction by me. Pretty bit lucky that it came in time. Yak 9B now hunting down the Pioneer and landing the perfect hit. Didn't have line of sight, so I had to guess where exactly the unit would be. And I did it right, got a bit lucky, got the kill there. Guardia DP keeps this bottom under control. More reinforcements though coming in for Badgerjelly. Doesn't want to give up on this flag. Well, it's the flag in the north. Has fallen back under control of Badgerjelly as well. Getting close to a 12-12 once more. Stuk 3E here though, getting finished off by the SU-85. Stuk 3E being the short barrel one with low accuracy. So after being penetrated once by the SU-85 and being heavily stressed out, it obviously wasn't too accurate anymore. Sturmovic's here, getting blown up by the Pioneers, but retaliating to it as well. Storm Pioneers trying to engage Sturmoviki rocks. That's not great for the Storm Pioneers, as it's 1 versus 2 flamethrowers and 1 Star Veterancy versus 2 Star Veterancy. So the Sturmoviki rocks will easily beat them out in that engagement. Even the 2 hit point versus 6 hit point one here will be an interesting fight. As only 1 Flamer shot gets out though. Sturmoviki rocks lose too many hit points afterwards. Sturmoviki rocks versus Begleiter Grenadiers. Begleiter Grenadiers, pretty solid unit, but Sturmoviki rocks just so strong with 2 Flamers, instantly pinning them down, getting the surrender, only losing 1 hit point. F-22s also continuously counter-batterying. Didn't kill the Mercer. Now trying to counter-batterying SK-18s. SK-18s though doing the same on the other way around. I now got my big gun out as well. My BR-5 280mm artillery piece is on the battlefield now as well. Using its tracks to move forward into position. To then maybe launch some brutal hits onto the enemy as well. And some of my big support guns coming in as well. ISU-152, the 2000 meter range heavy gun of this deck. IG-33 is the target for it, because that one was threatening my infantry here with heavy HE damage as well. 38s pinning down a assault of Badgerjelly that tried to get into the forests over here, but more Grenadiers coming in the north. Sturmoviki rocks beat the Storm Pioneers. Sis-3 tries to get the kill onto the Stuk, gets the tracks broken, which is a great one, but yeah, Stuk now can't run away anymore and doesn't have line of sight, so doesn't see the Sis-3 gun either. Gets killed off by it, and that is great because now there's no anti-tank left here for Badgerjelly, so my Su-85s can bully the infantry and can move around. 13-11 still on, but Badgerjelly getting close to getting it back to a 12-12. ISU though, getting the IG-33, and so no more threat for my infantry in that way. 82mm mortars also trying to deal with the enemy infantry, but heavy artillery shots coming in the center. SK-18s got one of my F-22s eliminated, didn't micro them well enough, and the SK-18s are pretty solid at counter-batterying. Another ISU coming in for the north. Su-85 trying to deal with infantry. Obviously not the most amazing, as they don't have any MGs and their rate of fire is relatively low, but the 85mm shells at least do decent damage. More KV-85s now coming in for the north as well. So more and more tanks coming onto the battlefield, as we are still in the midst of B phase, where both sides get heavy reinforcements. With C phase that will fall off heavily, so whoever has more at the beginning of B phase is at the end of B phase has a huge advantage. 122mm off map, getting into a position to threaten the center. Reinforcements for the center coming in numbers now as well. Yak 9B trying to exploit the lack of AA in the south, trying to go for the SMG here. SMG not getting moved, but not fully hit as well. Yak 9B only killing 2 of them. And infantry of mine got eliminated in the south, so reinforcements there could be helpful. Off map being brought in for the center. No AA on my side either. BR-5 dodged the counter battery here. Shot twice, then moved. keeping the enemy artillery busy. That's the Arm 38s. Tried to pin down the Grenadiers over here. Doing a decent job of that. Keeping them from advancing further. So that the Su-85 and co can pick up on them. Lux and Sicherungsstow. Moving in here. Off map. Not too perfect. Not too much in there. So bit of a wasted first shot of the off map. Alright, 22mm there. Not too efficient. Sicherungs at least though, getting pinned down. Light Grenadiers coming in as well. But they have to be careful, don't want to eat a TNT shot here. T-34 hitting up onto the Sicherungs as well. Lux is moving slowly forward as well. Being pretty dangerous. 122mm retreating. I called in another off map just to make sure that I get a kill before another shot off before the 122mm might get killed. Trying to disengage with it further. ISU killed the pinned down units here. Its HE shot's really nice, but a Tiger has arrived on the battlefield. Killed one of my Su-85s already. And I have to be careful. The big boys of the enemy. ISU versus Tiger, always really dangerous. As the ISU one-shots the Tiger, if it penetrates and hits. Penetration chance is pretty high with its 165mm penetration. Accuracy though, relatively low. But the Tiger has really good penetration chances against the ISU as well and has a better rate of fire, but needs 2 penetrations to get the kill. Off map here, now coming in on the reinforcements of Badgerjelly. 59 was on for a bit, and that's really the number I want right now. But southern flag is under heavy threat now. Only the T-34 holding the line here. At least no direct anti-tank here. Really, only a Lux, and the Lux versus T-34 is tough to use, but it's coming in. Yak 9B trying to go around for the north, but a lot of flak feelings. As you can see, 4 flak feelings on the battlefield. So Yak 9s, which are relatively flimsy, have a rough time doing anything about that. So I reconsidered and tried to bring it in elsewhere. Yak 9B trying to come in for the center as well, but 2 3-star flak feelings in my way there. Lux versus T-34E here. Yak 9B getting its bombs off, but afterwards getting heavily beaten up. Lux goes down, but so will the Yak 9B. But the counterattack is coming in. My off-map got killed off, so only 2 of the shots being used up. Bit of a shame. ISU 152 trying to move further forward as an off-map of Badgerjellies hit my rear line here. But luckily for me, not too much in there. ISU getting a kill on the half-track. Nothing really to threaten the ISU around here, as there's no Pak 40 or anything. So I'm slowly creeping forward. ISU versus Tiger ensues in the north. 1-star ISU versus 1-star Tiger. ISU does miss, and that means a long reload time where the Tiger can get 2 or even 3 2 shots off. ISU trying to disengage. Stressed out means that it also has less accuracy, also getting hit by artillery, but it was too close, and yeah, getting blown up by the artillery already. Tiger didn't even need to shoot there. Another off-map coming in for Badgerjelly, trying to keep my infantry back, as heavy reinforcements flooding in for the center for me. T-34s, Automachikis, and heavy Strafniki squadrons, all trying to make a breakthrough now happen in the middle. Well, Badgerjelly tries to push me down in the south. Got the flag there, but the 16-8 is going on, as I also started to overwhelm the north. Killed off the infantry around here. A lot of artillery in the rear still for Badgerjelly. Heavy reinforcements flooding in for him towards the center as well. But I already got a nice amount of good positions around here. Only these couple of buildings still left. But the Strafniki approaching the infantry units and these as well. Trying to get in there before Badgerjelly's reinforcement can take up shop, and in this meantime my Yak 9s abusing the lack of AA in the south. Strafniki trying to help out the T-34. Assist 3-gun coming up to get into a place where it can be used against the half-tracks, but more Stuk 3s rolling in here as well. And those obviously can easily beat my T-34. Meanwhile, T-34's rolling through the middle, where only 2 Tigers stand to stem the tide for Badgerjelly. A couple of Grenadiers rolling forward, but getting caught in the open. Never great. KV-1 bounces against the Tiger. Not a fight it wants to take. Not on this range. But the Panzer Grenadier, the Grenadier DPs get caught out in the open. At the same time, Automachiki's trying to come in with the counter push over here. Trying to get onto the top of the hill. As the northern flank completely broken as well. Badgerjelly under heavy pressure. Desperately trying to go for a counter push in the south. Cis 3 gun now having nice shots onto the Stooks as well though. Missing with the first shot. Now hitting frontal armor. It won't be as effective anymore. Stooks able to retaliate now. Whilst the flak feeling in the middle though is getting overrun by T-34s. And that is great for me. Dealing with the enemy AA in the middle means that my Yak-9s could come in here again. AA in general getting hit heavily. Not enough meat in front of them anymore. And the units that Badgerjelly brings in get overrun. Whilst they're still moving in. Off map being called in for Tigers as they are the only major threat in the north remaining against me. As my ISUs are running out. KV-85s can deal with them if used correctly, but obviously not super easy. Penetration is just about enough. Meanwhile, half-track takes my flag in the south. Pretty annoying. T-34 will be confronted with a PAC-40 soon. And my southern flank is a bit in trouble. Ju-88 coming in with a cluster strike here. I'm not sure why it didn't went for the center. Nothing was in there. Badgerjelly reading the front line a bit wrong there. But a lot of Grenadier reinforcements try to flood in here. But the T-34s plus Strafnikis are pretty strong in holding the line. And the Grenadiers also getting unloaded a bit too late. Getting killed off in transports relatively quickly here. And that is pretty brutal. As these, with their Panzerfaust, otherwise could be a danger to my T-34s. Disengaging with some of them. Trying to get away. Trying to pin this one down. Being successfully at that. But more infantry coming in to stay in front of the T-34s and really seal the deal in the center. South, the half-track got beaten back. T-34 versus PAC-40 won't be great for the T-34. The 2 Stokes here also still a problem, but some anti-tank guns coming in for that as well. ISU coming around as well, and the ISU can be really, really brutal. Only issue here is it ran out of AP shells, and with HE shells, its chances versus the Stokes are not that great. Yak-9B, in the meantime, coming in to bomb the Tiger. Getting a bit of damage on it, but still a couple of luck feelings around, so that is a bit problematic. The Beobachter here gets eliminated by the T-34s. Nothing here left to deal with the T-34s in the center. Tiger up on the hill got killed as well. So only 1 Tiger remaining, and this is obviously a pretty desperate position now for Badgerjelly. Whilst the Yak-9B bomber comes in for the PAC-40 in the south as well. And game number 1 is really going pretty close to being won by me now. Tiger E also under threat by the KV-85 from the rear. Tiger E not getting hit though, so can rotate his frontal armor in the right direction. 16-8 still going on. More Grenadiers trying to flood in, trying to go for the flags around here. But Strafnikis get behind the line though, and are able to shoot at the reinforcing road, getting units to unload there, and pin them down relatively quickly as well, leading to less reinforcements reaching the front line, whilst more and more units stream in for me to help holding the center. Supply truck coming in to resupply the ISU with AP shells. Black feeling here under heavy fire as well. Tiger starting to move in. KV-85 coming around. Tiger Edo will try to kill it. KV-85 does get a shooter knocked out. That's a great crit. Now the KV-85 can continue its fighting without having to worry too much about the Tiger. Getting only bounces for now though. As I said, penetration chances not amazing for the KV-85. Gets the penetration, but so does the Tiger. KV-85 disengaging for now. As the Automachikis get beaten back. Lux beats back the Stravnikis, but the 59 is really close to finishing the job. T-34 over here also going down. What's the Tiger? Once more is engaging. KV-85 from the other side now, coming around though as well. Trying to flank it. And getting a rear shot in there. 26 seconds only. SK-18s still desperately try to achieve something, but they're solid for counter battery, but they don't do too much damage on the front line, especially not without radio. Tiger goes down as well, and that is the end of it. As the Pak 40 itself does a little bit more extra damage, but 16-8 it is, and a really solid push in the end, sealing the deal for me. Counter push of Badgerjelly, trying to get the southern flank, but that wasn't quite enough. So in the end, I take game number 1 in this best of 3, moving one step closer to moving on to the quarterfinals. But Badgerjelly not out yet, still has a chance of coming back with 2 wins in game number 2 and potentially game number 3. And if you don't want to miss that out, consider subscribing so you see the next games as well. With that said, I hope you have a nice day, and I see you all in the next one.